Hi, I'm Jason McAteer and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Hello, that's the Redmen TV. It's the Uncensored match build-up show. Liverpool taking on Spurs. We got Flav from the Fighting Cock here, crossing enemy lines. We're going to get stuck straight in. Chris.
Yellow.
Spurs are really good. I'm quite nervous about this game of football.
Yeah, they have. They've been brilliant this season, haven't they? You know, Flav's here to talk about Spurs. I'll say that they've been fucking brilliant. You can expand on it if you want, mate, because I'm just going to fucking try and do something, talk about your team when you just know better. So just tell me how good they've been, and then shut up.
We've been incredible. Thanks for inviting me around. I've never been surrounded by this. Phil, I'm actually sweating a little bit. No, all right. There's so much red around me. It's very uncomfortable, although you are red.
It's also the secret to faking out the parents, is the clammy hand. Dennis Bueller taught us that.
Yeah, no, we've been amazing this season. This is the best in terms of the quality of football and consistency that we've had at Tottenham probably since 1987. It's certainly not the best squad we've had in 2011 when we had Bale, Modric, Van der Vaart, King. You know, those world-class players. It was something else in terms of...
Is anyone else going to pull him on King?
No, the comments will do that.
Ledley King. Ledley King wasn't a world-class player. Sorry, what?
No. Which of his knees was world-class?
All right, let's just move on because it will break out. We'll be fighting in a second. I won't have a word said against him. He's amazing. Anyway, look. So he incredible. Don't do that. I'll freak out on the internet. Amazing individual players, but this is something else. It's becoming a bit of a cliche now, but it's a unity and a system that he's got very good players playing in. Everyone knows their roles. We saw for England at the weekend that Dele Alli and Kane played very well together, but Dyer's ability, if there's no other player that kind of is symptomatic of that, it's Eric Dyer, because he's unfancied. He doesn't really do much when you see him, but if you know your football, you know how valuable a player like that is. And Pochettino's managed to turn him from a very average centre-back, a kind of will do what he's told right back, into probably the most important player in our squad.
Wow.
And it's all down to Pochettino. It's down to him. And for the first time in my life watching Spurs, the most important man is the manager.
I want a quick show of hands in the room that who honestly expected Spurs to be challenging for the title this season.
It's literally him.
It's literally that. Oh, but we had three of us did like the Prem Predictor on the Bullshit channel at the start of the season, and we had a bit of fun at Flav's expense.
We laughed on him.
We laughed basically laughed in his face when he predicted that Spurs could potentially finish top and what have you. I thought Spurs it'd be another season where they might just pip us or we might just finish above them. That's what I thought Spurs' level was, but they've excelled this season, haven't they?
Yeah, I think they've got a great manager. That's to carry on from your statement. When he went out and got him from Southampton, I thought Southampton getting him was an amazing coup for Southampton at the time, and they brought him in, and people were a bit worried about them change. Southampton shouldn't have changed their manager at that time, and you saw how good he was, and he got them so structured and so drilled, and he's just done exactly the same with you, except the base level of player in the squad is higher at Tottenham. So he's got, whereas he got Southampton possibly knocking on finishing in the top 6, top 8, he's jumped into you, who should have been a top 4 challenging team.
Well, it was the Brendan Rodgers logic for us. Was he did such a great job at Swansea, and the idea was meant to be that he come in and he took that Chris with a better gang of players and took them up the league. And then, given how it felt a bit under Brendan Rodgers, I think there was part of me that looked at him and Pochettino, Spurs. It's Spurs. Spurs always find a way to fuck it up. Pochettino might not actually be as good as all that, but you know, absolutely.
Hey, look, exactly what Flav's been saying, and all credit to the manager on it. I think it's been brilliant. But for me, when they really turned it round was when they stopped playing Dele Alli next to Dyer, and when they moved him further up the pitch and they just started clicking in. And you've seen what a good player Dele Alli is when he's been moved further up the pitch. I don't know whether you'd agree with that or not. Like.
Yeah, when that change happened, I was worried because we were so strong. We hadn't conceded any goals. People found it very difficult to break us down. Dyer was doing an amazing job next to Dele Alli. We thought we found that defensive too. Then suddenly it was just, oh no, he's number 10 now. And you're like, we knew that he could play forward because he had done for Milton Keynes, but could he do it in the Premier League? Yeah, and it changed the way we played. We suddenly started scoring goals for fun, maintain that defensive security. He's done an amazing job. But you mentioned Southampton. Do you remember that team he created? from nothing.
Vividly.
Yeah, of course. But they
We've got half of them at our current squad, of course we do.
We were talking on the Fighting Cock podcast before he joined, or when it looked like he was going to join Spurs, is what if Pochettino was responsible for those players and that they aren't maybe not as good as their performances for Southampton would suggest. I think there might be an element of that at Tottenham as well.
It's getting the better of the sum of its parts, as opposed to
exactly.
Else. Like, no, it's
I think
absolutely
he's made canny moves though, because I think Alderweireld has been is that how you say it? Alderweireld.
Alderweireld, yeah.
But what a fantastic signing that was, and that was, if you look back at the season, whether you're probably going to finish first or second, it would be an objective looking at it. You look back at that.
Can I just highlight this? It's not even happiness.
No,
Flav not happy.
Yeah.
Just
He's stressed.
I am stressed. This is the worst. Sorry to cut you. This is the worst I've ever felt as a Spurs fan, and the best, because every game is.
It matters. It counts for something.
Absolutely. Look, I'm built for failure. I understand it.
We can look at it. We can see. Yeah.
Nice one. I've been supporting Spurs for my first game was when I was 5 and I'm 34. Right, so that's a long time, and that's a lot of shit. And it's built up a stoic resilience to failure, and I kind of enjoy that. That's what I like football to be. It's what I'm comfortable with. Yeah. So when the collapse comes, as all of my and it will, because I'm Tottenham, and that's what's happened at Tottenham. You know, you can only go by what's happened in the past. I'll be able to deal with that. What I won't be able to deal with is if we win the league. I literally don't know what I would do.
Find him hung up in a room.
Look,
it's too much for me to
life
take.
doesn't get any better than that, so I think ending it all might be a suggestion.
Just like that day, the open top bus tour ends.
Yeah.
Flav makes the slow, lonely walk back.
That's it. It won't be lonely. It'll be a sprint. I've got to end it as quick as
Throws himself under the bus.
Yeah. Oh, what a way.
You'd be like Sergio Ramos in the Spanish Cup.
Yeah.
There you go. See,
I'll be right.
just not Liverpool.
Yeah.
I must admit, it's fascinating watching Flav's descent into madness. Chris, you got a trivia question?
I do, and it's for you guys in the studio and for you to play along at home. Liverpool have played Spurs 169 times in all competitions, winning 78, drawing 42 and losing 49. We've got a win percentage of 46%. Martin Skrtel was the last player to score an own goal for us. But what's the average attendance for a match between Liverpool and Spurs over the recorded attendances, stretching back to the 26th of December 1894? And for one bonus point,
Just the one.
how many people attended those games in total?
Wow.
Tune in,
stay tuned. But the best thing about this is people are bound to stay tuned now because they've probably fallen asleep at the keyboards, but that's cool. Stay tuned at the end of the show and we'll reveal the trivia answer. Question, Chris, who needs to win more?
Liverpool.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Don't care about them. Don't care what they do further. They probably need to win more. But Liverpool need to win more for me and my sanity.
I mean, it's a weird situation we're in, isn't it, Obi? Because the feel-good factor around Liverpool Football Club was back big time. Everything was going good, and then your first 45 minutes at the Dell, and we were all feeling really good about it, and then obviously it all went tits up, and then an international break. I think from a Liverpool perspective, look, top four, I think we spunked our chance at getting top four with the Southampton result. But in terms of ending this season on a high, going into pre-season, then obviously looking forward to the next season, I think it is important that we get that feel-good factor back between now and the end of the season. So the question is, do Liverpool need this result for that, or does Spurs absolutely need to cling on to Leicester? Does that override that on the day?
Who knows? Liverpool, Tottenham are always weird games, aren't they? We've had the hoodoo over them in the last few seasons when we shouldn't have. There was times when we were a better team and we were in better form, but there's other times.
We've won 4 and drawn 1 in the last 5.
Yeah,
and we haven't 2 goals.
And we haven't been great in that time period, and Spurs have actually been all right. So I don't know what momentum, what fan power, what team power is going to meet each other. You'd like to think there'd be a reaction after the shocking second half against Southampton. We've got a huge game. Our season isn't petering out. We've got Dortmund. You want either
peter out after that.
Who knows? Yeah.
Can I just make a statement on that?
Well,
The best team I've ever seen play Tottenham. in my own eyes.
Yeah.
At Dortmund, annihilated, a complete annihilation.
Yeah.
And I really hope that happens to you lot, because if you go over there and get a result, I'm going to
Yeah.
feel horrendous, although we did play an under-strength team.
Oh, of course. Just get better
But that's it, isn't it? So we've got that game, which also has a lot more connotations because of obviously Klopp being the former manager. So that Tottenham didn't even have it, and you had the distraction. And you rested 4 or 5 players in those games. We're not going to. That's our main one. So our focus should be firmly on that. I don't know. I think our fans want it. We don't want to see. If you to do a straw poll outside the ground before the game and say, who do you want to win the league? Our fans want Leicester to win the league. Yeah. I would imagine over Tottenham. Pretty much the league as well. The league wants that. Just because it's
football wants Leicester to win.
Yeah, football wants it. So
Arsenal
if we can be
responsible, pretty much the only people.
If we can be responsible,
and me, in fairness, but I have actually changed my mind on that now.
Have you? You swung to the right side.
I was just being a tip.
You were tempted with the dark side, and then you've come back.
Who did you want to win?
Anyone but Leicester. For a good portion of the season, to be fair. Like.
Did this happen after a result against Leicester?
No. The reason I didn't want them was, again, I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm very selfish towards Liverpool Football Club and stuff. I didn't want them to win the league because if I haven't won the Premier League, I didn't want Leicester to win the Premier League. So, and then I've kind of come around to the fact that I just don't like Tottenham. So, and now I want Leicester to win the league.
No, that's fair.
I got no problem with Spurs particularly. Like, I'd prefer us to be finishing like 5th and us finishing 4th. You know, I wouldn't mind going back to that for a year or two.
Yeah, if we could do that again, that would be cool.
But no, I think it's unfair. And in normal circumstances, I'd probably look at it if it was like, if Leicester were not even in the equation and it was you, Arsenal and City going for it, I'd probably want Spurs to just for the thing. Whereas you're unfortunate that you've come in that season with Leicester doing things. Question for you, because obviously you, 5 points behind, 4 or 5 points behind Leicester at the minute.
Yeah.
This pretty vital at this point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You can see that.
Well, we've got Leicester and then, we've got Liverpool, we've got United to play and we've got Chelsea away to play. So those are the 3 games. Leicester probably have 2 big games that you'd think that they could lose, although, I mean, no one seems to be able to beat them. No. I mean, it's massive. And our form, apart from the period where Redmen was in charge, where we had a good run of form against Liverpool, but I don't know what's going to happen. It's genuinely a 50-50 game.
I got asked to do the fan zone for this again, like I did with Liverpool United last season, and I can't. It's not like I've got a bad feeling per se. I'm just not. If Liverpool are going to lose, I'm going to do it with myself in the stadium, shouting and jumping up and down and stuff like that. I mean, I don't fancy putting myself out there
again
to be fucking destroyed when you decide to turn on the league title challenge for one final push.
We have to win it. It is a must-win game. Arsenal, they've got a game in hand on us. If they win that, are 3 points behind us. Do you know what? Really, the league's important, but the most important thing is finishing above Arsenal. It is. That would mean more to me than winning the league. I swear to God.
That'd be amazing.
I know it's small team mentality, but I like being that small little plucky team. And smashing them is all encompassing.
How did Liverpool approach this one, Chris? Because if you look at, go back to the Spurs game at White Hart Lane, we were there, Klopp's first game in charge, and I thought we saw like a hodgepodge, cobbled together version of what he was trying to do. It started the cohesion's grown a lot more in the 6 months or whatever he's been in charge. Now, I'd expect us to give Spurs an all-round better game without us necessarily having to do something drastic tactically.
Yeah, I do. I think we'll see much of what we've seen so far from Klopp in the last few weeks, especially. I think there'll be a level of respect that we'll show to Tottenham because of the form that they're in and stuff like that. But I don't think your defence has been anywhere near as good as it was when we played you in October. I think you are conceding more goals. Now you're coming from behind quite often to win points and win games and stuff. So I think there's going to be goals in this game. I really do, and I think it could be a sort of a 3-2, 2-1 type of affair.
Why not? Okay, I want to ask people for their pseudo man of the match prediction. The player they think for both sides is going to be key to success in this match, one way or the other. Aubrey, throw some names at me.
Jordan Henderson to seal his move to Tottenham in the summer, just to smash you, deny you a league, and be like, if I was your captain, look where I could have.
To do the Michael Thomas effect,
Adam Lallana for us, I reckon. Actually, I think he's been playing really well, and it's the type of game that you can see him. Just Liverpool, Tottenham, what normally should be a 4th, 5th versus 6th mid-table game, Lallana should shine in. Also, former manager.
very modern football, that Aubrey to describe that as mid-table. That's the top of the table. Flav, go on. Who for you is going to be the key to Spurs?
Dembele.
Really?
Yeah. I said Dyer's been our most important player, but
is that the hipster answer to that question?
Watch him. Just watch him. If he plays and he plays well, you can't get the ball off him. Everything that we do goes through him. Les Ferdinand once said to Moussa Dembele, "You could be the next one going to Real Madrid." That was where Tottenham was. That was the mentality. It could be you, Bale, Modric, Dembele. Gladly, Les Ferdinand's moved on from Tottenham, but
Is he now a Real Madrid's agent?
Yeah, sounds like he already was.
A weird, very weird thing to say, but that's verbatim and it exists out on the internet. Wow. You can see it. But Dembele has been incredible, and if we hadn't had such a great season, Dembele would be in line for our Player of the Year. He's been great, but you can't divide him between Kane, Ali, Dyer, and Alderweireld.
Fantastic. Chris?
Emre Can for us, I think. I think, talking about the fact that he's going up against good midfielders and stuff, I think that's where the battle's going to be won. And if Emre plays anything like he's played in his last sort of 5 games, discounting the second half against Southampton, of course, then I think that's where we win this game. I think through the centre. Okay,
cool. This is normally where I do my weekly. If Roberto Firmino plays well, we play well, and if he doesn't play well, we don't play well. But I'm going to pick Dejan Lovren instead, for the same reason. Spurs' attack is ridiculous. They're in great form. They may or may not have come back from England due to injured. Who knows? But they're gonna be a big day. We've talked about the resurgence of Dejan Lovren. He's been much improved. If he's fit and he's available, I think he's our most consistent centre half, and he's going to be key to it. From your perspective, for me, it's Ali. Particularly as well because everyone goes on about Kane, everyone goes on about the other players, but mainly because of the fact that everyone will fume because we didn't buy him. And there's that exists out there, and if he turns up and does, the internet will just explode with club of shit because they should have brought all that. So that's how I feel that might go.
I'm really sorry.
Bless you. Score prediction, Aubrey.
I think it's going to be an insane game, so I'm going to go for 4-3 to Liverpool.
Cool. Flav?
2-1 Tottenham.
2-1 Liverpool.
Cool. 3-2 Liverpool. Why not? Let's stick with it. All about the goals. Mamadou Sakho with the winner. Why not? Okay. Trivia answer?
Yeah. Do you want me to read the question
again?
No,
because we run out.
Come on, let me read the question again. I'll just read the actual question.
Okay.
What's the average attendance for a match between Liverpool and Spurs since 1894?
What in White Hart Lane or just across?
All over, across, including like Wembley's and all that type of stuff.
56,000.
No.
38,000.
No.
42.
37,704.
Wow.
And for your bonus point, how many people attended in total?
6 million.
Not bad.
6.2 million.
4 million.
6.2 million. Flav wins.
Great.
Ridiculous. There you go. There you go. You've come on, you've had some footy chats, and you've learned something as well, mate.
To be honest, I fed off of Golden's answer there a little bit. I wouldn't have gone anywhere near that.
I feel there was gamesmanship involved there. So there you go. If you got the trivia answer right, you're clearly some sort of Rain Man. And
hang on a minute. How did you not win this? You knew the answers before.
I thought we were faking though. I didn't know, so I went close to it, but not close enough to win.
You're letting people behind the fourth.
This is not full-time Devils. We just we need to just stitch people up. As much as
so I should have said the exact answer.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
We like Flav, but we don't like him that much.
You can't come on here and win bonus points. That's the first bonus point that's been awarded all season.
Absolute disgrace.
We should speak about the rules of cheating before we come on here.
Coordinate a little bit beforehand, boys. Disgrace. Anyway, yeah, thanks very much for watching. If you've got more great Spurs stuff for some reason, check out the Fighting Cock podcast. And Flav also joined us on Ball Street this week as well, so go and watch that. Thanks very much for watching. Enjoy the game.
He's a headed doesn't know what he's doing. Scores 3 goals against us, the idiot.